Can I ask you something? Have you ever looked at someone successful, maybe a businessman, a YouTuber, an engineer, or even someone your age who's doing really well, and thought, wow, this person has everything figured out? Because I have. In fact, I used to believe successful people woke up every morning with a perfect plan, like they always knew the right decision, the right opportunity, the right timing. I honestly thought they were just different. But then, something happened that completely changed the way I look at success. I started paying closer attention, not to people's achievements, but to their journeys. And do you know what I noticed? Almost every successful person has a story that starts with, I had no idea what I was doing. Think about it. When someone starts a business, do they already know exactly how to run it? No. When someone starts a YouTube channel, do they already know how to get thousands of subscribers? Definitely not. Even your favorite athlete, the first time they stepped onto the field, do you think they already knew how to become the best? Of course they didn't. So here's my question. Why do we expect ourselves to know everything before we even begin? Seriously, why? Why do we tell ourselves, I'll start when I know enough? I'll start when I'm more confident. I'll start when I'm ready. Ready for what? Because here's the funny part. The people we're waiting to become only became that person because they started before they were ready. Think about riding a bicycle. Nobody learns balance by reading about balance. You learn by wobbling, by falling, by getting back up. Life works exactly the same way. And I think that's where a lot of us get stuck. We spend months, sometimes years, planning, watching tutorials, taking notes, researching, waiting for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never shows up. Because confidence doesn't come first. Action does. Every small step teaches you something the lost one couldn't. That's how confidence is built. Not by thinking, by doing. I can even relate this to myself. There have been so many ideas I've wanted to start, so many projects, but sometimes I tell myself, maybe I need to learn a little more first, or maybe I'm not good enough yet. But looking back, the biggest lessons I've ever learned didn't come from planning. They came from trying, sometimes succeeding, sometimes failing, but always learning. So if you've been waiting for some magical moment where everything suddenly makes sense, maybe this is your sign. Start anyway. You don't need all the answers. You just need the courage to take the first step. Because nobody, not even the people you admire the most, started out knowing exactly what they were doing. They simply started, and they figured it out along the way. Before I go, here's today's reminder. You don't become confident before you begin. You become confident because you began. If this story gave you a new perspective, don't let it end here. Leave a like, subscribe to Wiseframe, and come back next time for another story that might just change the way you see life. Until then, keep learning, keep building, and keep moving forward. Remember, every frame holds a lesson. I'll see you in the next story.